Hey friends, Shawn here, your Experience of the Soul producer. I want to take a moment to tell you about something truly exciting. The Soulworks online community, created by your host, Cynthia Alice Anderson, and available on the Mighty Networks app. If you're looking for a place where you can explore your spiritual path, connect with others, and grow in a meaningful way, then this is for you. Soulworks is so much more than an online community. It's a safe, inclusive space for spiritual exploration, self-discovery, and personal transformation. Inside the community, you'll find everything from uplifting spiritual studies to soul-centered growth practices, meditations, affirmations, and so much more. It's a space where you'll always be supported and never judged. The best part, membership is free. You'll have access to powerful resources, inspiring content, and a supportive group of like-minded people who are all on their own unique spiritual journeys. And if you're ready to dive deeper, there are premium options available to enhance your experience with a live Monday night talk series and extended, deeper meditations. If you're seeking a place to connect, grow, and nurture your soul, we would love to have you join us in the Soulworks community and see where this journey can take you. Visit my.soulworkscommunity.com today. Welcome to the Experience of the Soul podcast with Cynthia Alice Anderson, a weekly show helping you grow, prosper, and evolve. Today, episode 330, Intentions Journal. And now, Experience of the Soul.
Hello and welcome to the Experience of the Soul podcast. My name is Cynthia Alice Anderson. I am the host, and I'm here today with my amazing producer.
You're amazing, and I'm so happy to be here. Good afternoon. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to this episode of the Experience of the Soul podcast with Cynthia Alice Anderson. My name is Shawn Kilgore. I'm your producer. Happy and blessed to be so here for episode 330 of the Experience of the Soul podcast. Today, we are talking about Cynthia Alice's Intention Journal, which is a great resource for so many of us. So we're going to get into that in just a little bit. But before we get to it, as always, we want to do some shout outs to some folks who are joining us, listening to us, engaging with us on social media. Today, we are shouting out to Apex, North Carolina, which is awesome. They've been joining us for the past couple of episodes. We've had a few downloads there. So Apex, North Carolina looks like an awesome little historic town. It's 150 years old. I guess 151 now. It's February of 2023 that they turned 150.
Ah, very good.
Named one of the number one best places to live in the United States by Time and Money magazine. Super cute looking town. So it's a place that looks like it would be a great place to visit. But thank you for joining us.
It does. I love the energy of it, and I love how it's revitalizing. I love the smaller towns. Really honoring the history and yet moving forward in really powerful ways. And I just got that sense just looking at it. And what I didn't look up yet is how close it was to Hot Springs, where so much of my family is. And I do get up that direction. So it might be fun to visit Apex when I'm up in that, in that area of the country. So friends in Apex, thank you so much. It means the world to us. And we love your sweet town, and we had a really nice sense of the downtown area and the businesses and everything.
It looks like it's about a 4-hour and 21-minute drive from
4 hours,
from Hot Springs to Apex.
Well, North Carolina is a really it's a bigger state than it looks like because of how it's laid out. So that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Awesome. And we also are going to shout out to a friend today, right? Ray Perez.
Oh, yes, Ray Perez. Ray, I love you, man. And I am so grateful for all your support. It's just been amazing. Ray and his businesses have supported me really since the beginning. And when we were doing sponsors, Ray was a very good and proud sponsor. So Ray with IAD is IAD Realty? I think it might be. But anyway, Ray's business is now worldwide. He's an international realtor. And
Oh, that's
he's,
awesome.
yeah, Ray's amazing. Yes. And, based out of Orlando, but, he has clients in Spain, anyway, all over the world. So, Ray, thank you so much. And what you're doing in Orlando too with the native plants, I mean, Ray's doing good things for the community always, not just by running a good business, but by doing so with spiritual principles and by partnering with people. So, there's been some businesses that he helped start. Later he transitions out, but then those businesses continue because of that really solid start he helped give them. So, Ray, thank you so much, man. We're honoring you and and all the work you've been doing. This is great. Yeah, really, really great. Appreciate your support.
Awesome. So, friends, we are going to be talking to you about a couple different things today. We are putting content out for you to join us, as Cynthia Alice had said earlier, at whatever level you're able to join us. So, we're going to talk to you about a couple different things that we have going on, just so you're aware of all the different ways that we're reaching out to you. And one of those ways is through Cynthia Alice's Intentions Journal. So, that is what we're talking about today for episode 330, Intentions Journal.
Yes, friends, we are. I say we. I'm always excited about the Intentions Journal, and
I'm excited too.
Well, Shawn, I love that you said at the beginning, "Happy and blessed." It reminded me of the statement you just put out, on social media. I choose to be happy right now,
Yes.
and I know you pulled that off one of these shows, and I've gotten a lot of very nice energy around that. A lot of very nice comments about, we can choose to be happy now. It doesn't mean that we don't care about what's going on in the world. It means that we care deeply. And we know that when we're in our joy and when we're living from our purpose, we bring happiness and joy out into the world. Then the world gets better as a result of our presence in it. And we can, use that energy for good, to help, to support, to make our vote count, and all those kind of things. So anyway, yeah, we're choosing to be happy now. And the journal is what we're talking about today, the Intentions Journal. And I always hold up a copy, I guess, because I'm old school, even though Shawn has images that he can show. But, I wanted to talk a little bit about its beginnings and a way to kind of help you think about ways to use it. Now that the journal's been out for some time, and I mean, I don't know how many people, hundreds for sure. I don't know about thousands, but hundreds for sure are using this journal on a daily basis. And if they're not writing in the journal, they're also using the principles found in the journal. And that's what I wanted to talk about. That, some people, and I've been told, Shawn, you can tell me if this is right, most guys don't like to journal. But there's ways to use the information in the journal to help you, whether you journal physically or not. There are ways to use those principles. So is that true, Shawn?
Well, what I will say about that is that taking a blank journal and writing in a journal is something I've always struggled with, but having a journal like this that guides you, for me, is a lot easier. Yeah. And I guess that's how I am in life. Like, just tell me what to do. Tell me what to, So, it's good for that because it takes you through the process every day,
Yes. Okay, perfect. I'm glad you shared that because, also when you hear the word journal, it sounds arduous. Like, oh my God, do I have to write 25 pages every morning? And this is like a 10-minute process. And if you're in a hurry, you can do it in 5. Yeah. I recommend a little more than 5. But the nice thing is you can still set the course of your day. And it is called intentions, not I control the world, right? So, and the idea of intentions is at the beginning of the day, I'm going to set my intention. In other words, I'm going to work with God, the God of my understanding, as I love to say, the universe itself. It could be Jesus the Christ, but I work with God to ask, to be at peace, to ask for guidance of what is mine to do and be today. What is mine to do and be today? In other words, what is my highest calling for my life today? And to ask that at the beginning of every day. What is the calling, the highest calling? What is the highest energy for my life today? And what I love about the journal is that it will help you be more conscious. When you're asking every day, what is mine to be and do today? You're going to become more and more conscious of the things you're saying, of the behaviors, of the ways you spend your time. And that is going to be very advantageous for you knowing what is yours to do, when and how to do it, and to not waste time, also to not be in fear. We're going to do a whole show on fear coming up pretty soon that I want you to really be able to rise above the fear, to rise above this idea of just wasting time and sitting on your phone all the time, being on social media all the time, and to rise above and to be conscious of what am I doing? What am I called to? What is my purpose? What am I to do and be? We want you to live a fulfilled life, a happy life, and as Shawn often tells me, a life of peace. This is why we do what we do on the show, because we want to help you with that. We want to help you have peace. And I wanted to share a little bit about the journal because, one, I know that as you use this journal, life gets better. I know it because when you do this every day, when you're asking God's guidance, it means you're establishing a relationship with the divine that's deeper. You are establishing a relationship with yourself that is more conscious and aware. Therefore, you walk through the world as someone more at peace, more assured of your direction, and more assured that you're doing what you are called to do. I want you to imagine with me what life could be like if all of us were doing these kinds of things every day. So when I wrote the journal, I say wrote it. Let me say it this way. The Intentions Journal arose out of a time where there was a lot going on in my life. There were a lot of changes, and I really just, held on to God. And throughout the months and even over years' time, my journaling process shifted and changed based on what I needed, based on what felt supportive. And with this journal, it looks simple at first glance, and what you see on a single page used to take 2 or 3 different journals to come up with. I had a gratitude journal, I had a daily task from the universe journal, I had a self-care section, I had a whole page of affirmations. So I got really, really clear and really I'll use the word that's coming to me really strongly is distinct. I wanted to be distinctive. I wanted to have clarity, and I wanted to be able to, in a glance, see what was mine to do throughout the course of a day. And I would have the page where I could see it all day long. So I kept being reminded of who I am and what my purpose is. Because, like you, if I'm going through a time of change, what can happen? Well, you can get anxious. You can worry. You can, worry about the future and what's next. You tend to have a short fuse. Anger is a little closer to the surface. You tend to be more emotional. Well, I want you to think about that state of consciousness of being in change and all those things, anxiety, worrying, ruminating, wondering what's next, and then moving into looking at the page, and the center of the page says, I am. And that's how I was beginning my day every morning, asking God, what is my I am for the day? In other words, what is my highest intention for my life today? And I would often look at my schedule and I would think, well, I've got several appointments, I've got to travel, I have a phone call, and so I would really be mindful of what's coming up in my day, what's my mindset that I need to have on board from a spiritual perspective. And of course, spiritual doesn't negate financial realities. Being spiritual doesn't negate my mental capacity. As a matter of fact, All those things are considerations when I'm deciding my I am, because I'm not even saying, what do I want for the day? I'm saying, God, what would most serve you? What is the highest spiritual intention I can have? What is my highest spiritual ideal for the day? To be walking through this day with ease, with grace, with poise, with spirituality. What is the energy I need to have on board? And that question has created a whole new flow in my life and in my world, simply asking, what is my I am of the day? And that I am is then written down, and that becomes the focal point for the entire day. I'll give you some for instances of what might be an I am for the day. And if you buy the journal, there's a lot of examples in the front that shows you how to, it tells you how to kind of, go into the quiet and think. But a wonderful I am of the day might be joy. I am joy. And if you have a lot of activity and you're meeting with a lot of people, you just want to consciously be in your joy so that you can spread this good energy and vitality, to the people you meet. It might be you have a tough day ahead. Maybe it's going to be a long day. And it comes through as you meditate on the idea of the I am, of, your highest intention. The word might be strength. It might be strength. It's like, I need to be strong going through this day. I need to have the strength of character. I need to have the strength to make good choices about what I eat and drink, about my exercise. I need to be strong in my boundaries, that I don't overdo. Just think about that. That this one idea, how it kind of goes through the whole day with you as this I am. You're claiming the I am of you, the highest spiritual nature of you is the center box. It says I am, and then you put that, might be one word, might be two words. And occasionally for me, it's two words. Like, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, I was, I don't know, there was just something on my mind. And rather than worrying about it, I said, I just want to be in peace about this. And I also knew I was going to have a couple of conversations that were might be difficult for the other person, not for me necessarily, but I wanted to be strong in my support of them, and it was holding someone accountable. So my intention that day was peace and strength. Because as I worked with spirit, thinking about the day, going within, having a couple deep breaths and moment of silence, it was like, oh, I can have peace and strength. Peace, in a way, can sound passive. It isn't really, but it's like I wanted to have peace of mind and I wanted to have strength on board that day. And that was really the guidance of what I needed direct from God as I understood it. And then as the day goes on, lunchtime, I want to make sure I check in with my I am. What did I write down today? What did I write down? So today, my word was wisdom. That one I didn't even have to think of. Like sometimes I don't have to look at my schedule at all. I had gotten up very early, made my son a beautiful breakfast. And while the eggs were finishing, I went and with my little cup of coffee, took a deep breath. I said, what is my I am today? And I saw the word in my mind, wisdom. And I smiled. I said, oh, that's just never a bad word to have in your mind. And I want you to think about that. When you're just doing the activity of seeking the highest spiritual ideal for your life and for your day, what do you think the chances are that life will go better than if you hadn't done it? I'd say the chances are very, very high. It's not about being right. It's not about doing things perfect spiritually. It's about having an intention to live an enlightened life, an awakened life, a spiritual life, a life that is on purpose, a life that's focused on God. So that first question of the day, what am I to do and be today? What is my I am? In other words, what's my highest intention for this day? How am I to walk forward? Some days, the intention is ease and grace. Ease and grace. I want to walk through my day with ease and grace. That's my I am. If somebody makes a mistake, it happened just the other day. That was my word, ease and grace. And somebody that was supposed to have something to me a couple days before did not. And I said, hey, is everything okay? I noticed something did not go out. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I said, it's okay. We all make mistakes. Let's just move forward. We do. We all make mistakes. Yeah, just ease and grace. That's how it can come back to you, over the course of the day. If I am having a situation that I'm needing illumination on, sometimes it'll simply be, I am light. I am light. I am light. It's like I want to be light. I want my situation to be illumined so I can, get a divine idea. But that affirmation of I am light, it's like it owns it spiritually. Like I think a lot of times in life, and I think part of it's some of the marketing of our culture, but a lot of times in life, we think everything is way out there. And if we could just, grab it, we could get it. And so part of this starting the day with your I am really shifts that into being responsible for your life and world and co-creating your life with God. It is taking responsibility to move your life forward in a profound way by seeking God's guidance in your life the very first part of the day. And what I love about this practice is it doesn't take 45 minutes or an hour to do. It's great if you want to spend that on your spiritual time, but if you have a really busy day, you can still take time to do your I am. And one of my dear friends who loves the journal and really works it, if he is super busy, sometimes what he'll do, he works in a corporate setting, he will work all of there's like 5 total boxes. There's the I am in the middle, and then the 4 other boxes, which is the other 4 are gratitude, a daily task, self-care, and affirmation. He will work them in his mind as he goes up the elevator to his office to work. Sometimes, somebody just told me the other day, before they get out of bed, even in the morning, they do this in their mind. So they use it every couple days. I have another friend that works the journal once a week, and she sets her intentions for the week and holds that for the week. And for her, that feels less arduous, but it still holds her accountable. She's still setting her intention. She's still in her gratitudes, and she holds that in consciousness all week, which is a great way to use the journal. I love it. I love that. Yeah. If you did that, you could have the journal last you a year, right? Because there's 60 pages. So, all right. So after the I am, I spent a lot of time on that because in my view, the I am is the most important thing. The rest of the boxes, or I guess the 4 main quadrants, the gratitude can be profound as you work it, because the gratitude piece is really about just acknowledging the good that's already in your life. And that is a wonderful way to start the day as well. I've also gotten in the habit over the years, I don't do this every day, but usually every couple of weeks, I'll, if there's several individuals that come to mind on the gratitude list, I'll take a picture of it on my list and I will send it to them and say, hey, look who made my gratitude list today. I just wanted you to know I love you and so grateful you're in my life. And I've sent this to many friends and the feedback has just been beautiful, beautiful back. Like, oh my goodness, I can't believe you thought of me. You've been on my mind. Thank you so much. So this has been really profound. For my son, interestingly, my son is now 17 and, for years now he's seen gratitudes. I often put my page up on the refrigerator and he's seen, he's at the top of my list every day. And how would that feel to know your parent every single day was grateful for you? sometimes I'll make a little list of things about him I'm grateful for. And I'll see him, notice it. I don't say anything. He doesn't say anything. We just have an understanding about that. I love that. I really, really love that. So your gratitude, it's just acknowledging all the good in your life already. It's like your thank you, God, What am I grateful for? Sometimes my gratitude is something like, I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for the opportunity to grow. I'm grateful for food to eat, for a house to live in. I'm grateful for my beautiful neighborhood, for my son's school, where I know he's safe. Yeah, things like that. What is the good already in your life? It could be life itself. So the next box, the daily task, is a way to practice using our intuition. It's a way to practice following guidance. And what I love about the daily task is I have it numbered a 1, 2, 3, and I like keeping it simple. It's like, what are the top 3 things that are most important for me to do today? And I like that question because of how it simplifies my tasks. Sometimes, and I say sometimes jokingly, often, I can try to do too many things in one day. And this has both helped me focus on the most important. It's also been a way for me to practice using my intuition, because some of the things I receive when I'm breathing and meditating on what's most important for me today, I will be guided to do something that I have no idea how I'm going to be able to get done. And then something will happen, something will shift, and I realize that this is the task I'm supposed to do it that day at that time. So that's been a wonderful way to practice using my intuition, because I'm not just saying, what do I want to do today? But I'm asking God, the God of my understanding, God, what is most important for you today? How can I most be of service? What am I to do today? Sometimes what I get will be very simple. Go grocery shopping. Your clients, your appointments, your, driving to work. Sometimes it'll be driving to work a new way. Sometimes it'll be stay present. It's like I just write down whatever's there, and then, or whatever comes to mind, I write it down, and then I try to do whatever I write down. It's very rare I don't do those 3 things. I've had that process save me from writing a bad check one time when the bank had made a mistake in ordering my checks. And I turned in one of those forms where you reorder checks and everything. And when I went into my guide and asked for guidance, what is my 3 things, that what came through was balance your checkbook. And I thought that was so funny, because I was like, I haven't balanced my checkbook in years. With online banking, it's a little bit different now. What goes through when. So I was like, oh, whatever. And then I felt like halfway through the day, somebody was like tapping on my shoulder and saying, balance your checkbook. I thought, this is so weird. Well, anyway, I went and checked my balance, called the bank and everything, and double checked. Well, I still don't know how this happened, but checks got ordered for the wrong account. And as I was writing checks, I was writing them for the wrong account, and I was about to write bad checks. And because I listened to that guidance, and because I called the bank, I was able to thwart disaster. I mean, that would have been awful. So, the practicality of the spiritual work sometimes is pretty miraculous. How spirit really does intend good for us, but we have to stop long enough, to hear what those things are. So the last 2 I do want to talk about, and very briefly, because one of the boxes, self-care. People often think of self-care as going to a spa and getting a massage, or, taking days off and do a spiritual retreat. The way I think of self-care is, what do I need today? Because, right, we're asking it every day. What do I need today to accomplish this I am? What do I need today to have the energy, to have the drive, to have the passion to accomplish what God is calling me to? What is the self-care? How do I take care of myself so I can live my power, passion, purpose? What is that? And for me, it's usually pretty basic. I need to stretch. I need to work out. I need to hydrate my body. I need to eat well and not eat a bunch of junk foods and sweets. Right. So, but I love sweets. So sometimes I have to write down no sugar today. Sometimes I have to write down nothing fried today, because I'll sense wanting to, start towards those things. And yes, of course, I have some treats. Yes, of course, every now and then, rarely, I will eat something fried. But, the idea is what wants to go in this body? How can I take care of myself by what I'm putting in? Really good water, really good food, hydrating, making sure I'm getting regular checkups. So, just think about every day, what is that for you? The other day, I had been really working a lot the last couple of weeks, and the other day, the self-care one, when I was sitting and journaling a little bit, one of the things that came through was call your sister, connect with friends by phone. You need a connection. You need to talk to somebody who doesn't need you. Just you need a friend right now. Connect with your friends. And that was a very important self-care move. And I did it. I was tired, but I reached out to a friend. I laughed. I mean, it was just so good for the soul. And I think had I not done that morning ritual of asking, what's the self-care for the day? I don't think I would have gotten to that, just kind of going through the day, because I had to make an effort to do it. And I was thrilled I did it. It was such a gift to me. So the last one, the affirmation piece, is also goes back to the I am. And on the affirmation piece, I simply affirm whatever my I am might be. For instance, today, I'm not looking at it right now, but I can tell you it was something like, because my I am for the day was wisdom. So then my affirmation is, I am wisdom. I am wise in all situations and in all relationships. I am guided. I listen to my guidance. I am prospered. I am supported. I am blessed. All is truly well with my soul. And then sometimes I will even read that affirmation out loud. And that further helps me remember it. It also helps me put that creative energy out into the world. So an affirmation, just to review for us as a reminder, an affirmation is a statement of truth from the highest level. In other words, at the very highest level, am I wise? Absolutely. Am I human and sometimes do dumb things? Of course. So I want to affirm I am wisdom, because I'm tapping into God wisdom when I'm saying I am wisdom, right? So then it's just elaborating on that a little bit. What do I need to remember throughout the day? I am wise in all situations and relationships. I'm supported. I'm prospered. I'm blessed. And I end every day with all is truly well with my soul. That's my very last statement I write every day. If I cannot write that statement, I ask myself, what's out of alignment for me? That one little statement. All is truly well with my soul. Now, all that I've said, you may do the journal very differently. As I said, I do it every single day. I do not miss. I have friends that do it once a week and hold those intentions all week. I have other clients and friends who go through this work, as they're sitting in bed, first cup of coffee, they just think through it. Other people, as they're on their way to work on the elevator, on the way up to their office, they're doing it. They're doing it in their mind. But what I love is they're doing it. And I think that's really the point, is that of all this I'm saying, friends, the intention journal, is one of the many ways that you can connect with God. And I made it as a tool for all of us. The beautiful thing is, if you buy it on Amazon, it supports me and it supports the various programs I have. One of the programs that gets supported if you buy a journal is the network I have, the Soulworks community. There is a free level. We have about 100 people that have already joined the free level. I don't know how many have joined the paid level. I actually don't have that number off the top of my head, but the paid level is $35 a month. And every time you buy or are a part of the SoulWorks community, you help support you help support programs that I put out. So the Intentions Journal supports the SoulWorks community. The SoulWorks community supports me being able to put out more books. I'm about to put out my book that I've had in print for, 4 or 5 years now, 7 Spiritual Laws of Release. Probably within 30 days from this airing, it will be on Amazon. And anytime you purchase any of my books, it literally goes back into creating more programs. So I recently created it's on Amazon. There's something called a creator page, and it's just information about me as an author, and it lists my 4 titles. So there are books on there that one of them I had written so long ago, I had almost forgotten about, but it's a book really of prayers and affirmations. It's called A Grateful Life, 30 Days of Conscious Gratitude. And it is a beautiful kind of picturesque book, and that is full of affirmations and prayers. There's another one on unexpected income, and it's only like $2.99 on Kindle. It's a very small pamphlet, but it's a wonderful read and can really, really help you on your financial journey. So, friends, I just wanted to make sure you know about these things, and even the mastermind program. My mastermind program, right now I have a 10 a.m. I just started this month a 7 a.m. And this program, I've been doing the mastermind program for years, and everybody who joins that program is growing, they're evolving, they're prospering financially, they're learning new ways to connect with God, and their lives are full of happiness and peace. So, friends, this is my goal. This is my goal. This is my passion. This is my purpose, to provide spiritual support, to provide help, to provide good news for life. So I want to bring you ways to find peace. So, friends, I'm honored, as always, that you join me on this journey of yours, this journey we call life, on the spiritual journey of the evolving soul. And I know I speak for Shawn when I say that we're both honored to work with you and for you. And, if there's a question, you can always text us. Shawn, do you want to talk about that feature? On the show notes, people can text us if they have a question. Yeah,
absolutely. So no matter where you are listening to the podcast from, if you just take a look in the show notes, the very first thing that you will see is send us a text message, which makes it very easy for you to click that link. It opens your text messaging app, and you can send us a direct message that way. We love to hear from you that way. We love to get feedback from you. Let us know where you're listening from, or what you liked about a particular show, or anything that you want to say, or anything you want to hear Cynthia Alice talk about. We love getting that kind of feedback, and it's a great way for you to directly communicate with us after listening to a show. So we hope you take advantage of that feature.
Yeah. And also, somebody just the other day sent in a donation, somebody I didn't know. And I can't tell you what it meant to me, because I think in today's world, people, we all do our own thing, and we're used to getting, programs just streaming for us. But all of the programs cost money to create. Think about just the microphone, the computers, the technology, the know-how,
the software,
the staff, so I thank you for all the ways that you do support, and to just reassure you that we're honored, we're grateful to be able to bring you the show, and really honored for all those people that have supported us along the way. We mentioned Ray a little earlier today, and I can't say enough about Ray's support of the show, over the years. He's always been a blessing to me, and it's really, really special. So Ray Perez with the Palmetto Group at IAD Real Estate, thank you so much, my friend. And friends, thank you for listening. We're honored and blessed to have you. So blessings on the journey, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Experience of the Soul podcast with Cynthia Alice Anderson, helping you grow, prosper, and evolve. This podcast is made possible because of listeners and viewers just like you. If you would like to support the podcast with your tax-deductible contribution on an ongoing basis or through a one-time gift, head on over to experienceofthesoul.com/support. The Experience of the Soul podcast is copyright 2024 Cynthia Alice Anderson, all rights reserved, and is produced by Shawn Kilgore. A production of the Soulworks Group, Incorporated.